Good afternoon, folks. My name is Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. Purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if probable cause exists for those charges. Probable cause simply means it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person who committed the crime. Of course, as you stand before me this afternoon, I presume that you're innocent of these charges. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings unless and until the State Attorney's Office can prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release today, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be, and if you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this afternoon. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. Hey, everybody. Somebody wake up sleepyhead and have him raise his right hand. There you go. Solemnly swear, affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please step forward to the podium. Amy Young. Afternoon, Amy. What's your date of birth?
06/15/1997.
All right. Amy, you're here on a probable cause arrest for violation of probation. There is probable cause for the VOP. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. The bond, of course, Amy, is going to be no bond. I'll have you back in court on the 1st of July at 1:30. Public defender will come see you before you go to court again, okay?
Thank you. Can we do it sooner?
1st of July is best I can do, Amy. I'm sorry.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Barbara Brown. Morning, Miss Brown. What's your date of birth?
February 5th, 1976.
Barbara, you're hearing a warrant that was signed by Judge Angelitis. He found probable cause for 1 count of grand theft auto. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. State, what can you tell me?
Your Honor, she does have a history, and we've got, let's see, a 2016 failure to appear, 2014 false information, false report to law enforcement, 2013 a violation of probation, again, false report to law enforcement. 2013, parent failing to require school attendance. 2011, driving on a suspended license. 2011, failure to appear. Another failure to appear in 2011, a paraphernalia.
That's probably good. Barbara, I got an address for you on Pendleton Street in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
No, sir.
Okay, where do you live now?
Same place in Polk County.
Say again?
Polk County.
Do you have an address in Polk County?
Yes, sir. I gave it to him when I was arrested.
Okay. Do you know it?
Yes, sir. It's 62 Tower Manor, Circle East.
Awesome.
Arlington, Florida, 33823.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
No, sir. I'm disabled. I was ran over by a SUV about a year, almost 2 years ago now.
Okay. We'll leave the bond for the schedule, which is the $2,000. I'll have you back in court on the 1st of July. Very important that you contact the public defender's office if you get out, all right?
Okay.
Thank you. Blair Hunt. Blair, what's your date of birth?
6/11/82.
Blair, the charge is aggravated battery being domestic in nature. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD. State, what can you tell me?
I show no prior record.
All right. Blair, got an address for you on Kirkwood Avenue in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you lived there?
I just moved in Monday.
Okay. And does Gregory live there?
No, he's back in West Virginia, sir.
Okay. And there's somebody else here that belongs to this. That's you. Why don't you come forward? I need to talk to you. Here, raise your hand for me. Solemnly swear, first tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right. And what's your name?
Laurel Satterfield.
Okay. And you have some connection to Blair and Gregory?
They're both my kids.
Okay. And this house on Kirkwood, that's you?
That's my house.
Okay. And apparently now Blair, anyway, is living there?
Blair just moved down here.
Okay. And Gregory was just visiting?
Greg was just helping her move.
Oh. Okay. All right. And do you want either or both of them to be able to come back? Or
They're fine.
Okay.
Believe me, now they're fine.
Okay. I took care of their issue. Okay. All right. Well, I just need to know. I mean, if you had some heartache about them coming home,
No.
I would
None at
keep
all.
them away from you. I'm not.
No, I
not
have no
even
problem
keep
with
them
it.
away from each other. They're going to have to deal with this one way or the other. But all right. Awesome. Very
Okay.
good. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. This is an
Okay.
odd one. All right. Blair, you have work these days?
I'm sorry, sir, I didn't hear you.
Do you work?
No, I had an interview yesterday morning before all this happened.
Okay. All right, Blair, I'm going to set your bond at $100. Condition of the bond is that if you have any contact with Gregory, it must be peaceful contact. It's always a crime to touch him any way he does not want to be touched. It could be a violation of your conditions of pretrial release if you so much as raise your voice. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, I do.
I have you back in court on the 1st of July. Very important that you contact the public defender when you get out, all right?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Very good, thank you. Gregory Hunt. Afternoon, Greg. What's your date of birth?
9/15/78.
Greg, the charge is also battery being domestic in nature. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the public defender. State any history here.
Not in Florida, however, in West Virginia, we have a domestic battery that was dismissed in 97, a 2010 domestic battery that was a guilty plea, 2011 DUI, 2017 driving on a suspended license while it was revoked for the DUI, and then another domestic battery in 2017 that was dismissed.
And Greg, they gave you that Kirkwood Avenue in Spring Hill, but that's not where you live. Is that right?
That's correct.
All right. What's your where you live in West Virginia?
Yeah.
What's the address there? The city and address.
28 Happy Lane, Fairview, West Virginia, 26570.
Okay. And you have employment in West Virginia?
Yes.
What do you do?
I'm an HVAC technician.
Okay. All right. Well, given the circumstances here, I'm going to do the same thing for you as your sister. $100 bond, peaceful contact. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. You'll be back on the 3rd of July. Very important that you contact the public defender's office when you get out, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Jorge Gonzalez. Good morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
Buenos días, señor. ¿Cuál es su fecha de nacimiento?
12/25 de 1988.
12/25 of 1988.
So you have 4 charges this morning. First is transporting dangerous materials.
Señor, tiene 4 acusaciones en su contra aquí esta tarde. La primera es de transportar materiales peligrosos.
Second is unlawful possession of personal ID.
La segunda es posesión ilícita de identificaciones.
I have a charge of driving on a suspended license as a habitual traffic offender.
una acusación de manejar con licencia suspendida, se considerado ya habitualmente,
and driving an unregistered motor vehicle.
y manejar en un vehículo no registrado.
There's probable cause for those charges.
Hay indicios suficientes para esas acusaciones.
As to those charges, you want to represent yourself, you want to hire private counsel, would you like the public defender?
Referente a esas acusaciones, ¿usted se quiere representar a usted mismo, quiere contratar a un abogado privado particular o quiere que le nombre un defensor público?
Un defensor público.
A public defender.
I'll point to PD, see if you have any history.
The only thing I'm showing is a 2017 driving on a suspended license. There may have been another one as well, but it's not on the rap sheet.
La fiscalía, le nombro al defensor público, la fiscalía tiene algunos antecedentes. Lo único que tengo, su señoría, es en el 2017 manejar con una licencia suspendida y quizás haya otro, pero no está en la hoja RAP.
And at the jail, can you tell me, is there an ICE hold or not on this case?
No, sir, there's not.
Okay.
¿La cárcel me pudiera informar si hay un retén de inmigración en este caso o no? No, su señoría, no lo hay.
And Mr. Gonzalez, I have an address for you on Oregon Terrace in Tampa. Is that where you live?
Señor González, tengo una dirección para usted en Oregon Terrace en Tampa. ¿Y es donde usted vive?
Sí.
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
¿Hace cuánto vive ahí?
7 months.
¿Perdone?
7, 8 meses.
7 or 8 months.
Do you have a job these days?
¿Trabaja?
Sí, reparación de casa.
Yes, I repair homes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, each of the first three counts I'll set the bond at $2,000. On the fourth count at $1,000. That's a total of $7,000.
En los primeros 3 acusaciones le fijo fianza en 2,000 cada uno, en el cuarto 1,000 para un total de 7,000.
We'll have you back in court on the 1st of July.
Y estará de regreso ante el tribunal el 1 de julio.
If you bond out, it's very important that you contact the Public Defender's Office right away.
Si usted sale bajo fianza, es muy importante que se comunique inmediatamente con la oficina de la Defensoría Pública.
Gracias.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Gracias, señor.
Brown, you have somebody on the list, or are you just checking?
Hello.
Hi. Michael Kenyon? Mr. Kenyon, what's your date of birth?
12578.
Mr. Kenyon, I have 3 charges today: possession of controlled substance, possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll point the PD. And it appears, Michael, you have an open misdemeanor case right now. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And state what's his other history like?
Your Honor, he has a 2018 violation of probation, 2018 uttering a forged bill, 2017 driving on a suspended license, 2017 possession of a controlled substance, another driving on a suspended license, paraphernalia, 2015 there was a failure to appear, 2015 a petty theft, 2015 a burglary. He was released from prison in 2012. And that was off of an attempted trafficking, an unlawful acquiring or acquisition of a controlled substance. That was from 2010. 2009, possession of paraphernalia. 2009, a DUI, possession of cocaine. That was from 2008, 2007, a violation of probation.
All right. That's good. Michael, I got an address for you on Gatewood Avenue in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you been there?
About 8 months. Prior to that, it was Sean Shepherd Avenue.
All right. You have a job these days?
Yes.
What do you do?
Online sales.
Okay. I'm going to leave the bonds on these per the schedule, which is $2,000 on the controlled substance, $1,000 on each of the misdemeanors. That's a total of 4. These cases are coming back on the 1st of July. However, as far as the misdemeanor is concerned, job number 1 when you're on pretrial release is don't pick up new criminal charges. It appears to me that you have. So pursuant to Florida Statute 903.0471, I'm going to revoke your pretrial release in 19 MM 1427. I'm going to hold you without bond on that case until you get back to see me on the 20th of June. My guess is we'll get that one resolved then, and you can go forward with your felony. But you'll be without bond until June 20th. Public defender is going to come see you at the jail on all your issues, all right?
All right. Can you off bond me?
I just took you off bond on the misdemeanor. You haven't posted bond on the felony, so you're good.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Kevin Gard. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
January 31st, 1970.
All right. Kevin, you're here on a writ to bodily attachment. That means that a child support hearing officer and a circuit judge determined that you owed some child support. They set a cash purge of $3,160. You have $3,160, Kevin?
No, sir, I do not.
Are you working these days?
No, sir, I just moved back in with my mother.
Okay. How long has it been since you had gainful employment?
It's been over 3 years. But if I had the opportunities, when I get out, I can get a job.
Well, hang on. I'm getting there. Is there any money out there that you could get to the jail today if it meant getting out of jail? Any money at all that somebody you know would bring to the jail to get you out? You tell me the number.
I could probably get you 300.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right, I'm going to find you in contempt, Kevin, for not paying your child support. The sanction for that contempt is 10 days in the county jail or until you pay a $200 cash purge, all right? So you get somebody to get $200 to the jail, then you get out at this point. Now, that's not going to take care of your problem. I don't know what the issue is with child support, but if you get out, well, either way, when you get out, either after the 10 days or after you come up with the $200, you need to get a hold of the folks at Child Support Enforcement. Get this issue figured out. If you don't, eventually they'll do this again and you get arrested again, all right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Randy Hampton. Afternoon, Randy. Date of birth?
9/7/73.
All right, Randy, you got these 2 VOP warrants that got served now. Both of them were signed by me, I think. Yep, so I found probable cause in each of them for the VOP. In each case, the probation folks are recommending that we terminate your probation and have you do 60 days in the county jail. If you wanted to resolve those today, I'm sure we could resolve your open CT case as well. If you would rather have a chance to speak to an attorney about this before you settle anything, you sure can do that.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to attorney, please.
Okay, the bond is going to be no bond. I think yesterday we set your case for 30th of July, right?
Yes, it was.
Okay, I'm gonna move that. Randy, what I'm gonna do on these, the bond is no bond. You want the public defender?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna appoint the public defender. I'm going to move these to June 20th, and I will move your other case, which is 19 CT 961, also to June 20th. So they'll all be there. So you'll spend a couple weeks in jail. You'll have a chance to talk to the lawyer. If there's something better than 60, we'll know that then. And of course, you'll be earning credit on all 3 cases while you're there. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So June 20th, everything's coming back. PDs were appointed. Thanks, Randy.
Yes, sir.
He has other cases that I have here that were brought up. He has a pretrial traffic, the 19 CT or TR 3279.
TR is tracking that traffic case and so
And then
forth.
we have a 18 CT 3315. That's the violation.
These are the violations, right? And 19 CT 724.
So I'll just put this traffic one also on 61.
That's correct. Awesome. David Harris. Hey, David.
How you doing today?
All right. How about you? Well, I'm doing better than you, right?
I guess so.
David, what's your date of birth?
1864.
All right, David, you're here on a warrant that was signed by Judge Barty. He found probable cause for 2 counts. Looks like a burglar of a dwelling while armed and ag battery with a deadly weapon. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
I'm here in Brooklyn, and I was denied to show a proper warrant when I demanded to see it, and I'm not here as surety for the instrument against the named defendant.
Okay. David, you know we've been around.
Yes, sir.
So you want me to appoint a lawyer to help you with this or not?
No, sir, I'm here in Brooklyn, Arizona.
Okay. And
I'd like to be released on my own cognizance.
well, that's not going to happen. State, give me the recent history.
Your Honor, 2018, October, he had a failure to appear. In September of 2018, he had a resisting without violence. In 2015, a driving on a suspended license. Then it looks like he had a bunch of things that were not, that didn't have, or that had nothing, no kind of disposition or were dropped. And some Texas charges from back in the 90s and the 80s.
Okay. And David, I got that address on Lakefront Road. Is that where you're still living?
Yes, sir. And I never got a notice to place my accuser on any of this, so.
Okay.
I mean, and the warrant is for, the estate, not, the name like David Harris is not David Harris,
Okay.
So.
Are you working these days?
Yes, sir. I'm still in free work.
Okay. All right. So, David, what I'm going to do is release the bonds per the warrant, which is $25,000 and $10,000 respectively. That's a total of $35,000. With the condition that were you able to bond out? Let's see.
Yeah, there's no victim.
You would. I know.
Judge Thomas already ruled.
I'm just telling you, if you bond out, you're not going to have any contact with Ryan Rivera. This case is going to come back to court on the 1st of July in front of Judge Toner. If you don't bond out, then you'll be in front of him on the 1st of July, and you can talk to Judge Toner about the things that you think are wrong here and see if you can get some relief from him, all right?
Well, he already dismissed my son's case, and, on lack of evidence, because, there's no accuser there, so, yeah, he's not even in the state anymore, so.
All right. Well, yeah. I'm with you, David. This one's coming back July 1st, and you'll have to take it up with Judge Toner, all right?
I'll do that.
Very good. Thanks, sir. Good luck to you. Robert E. Harrison. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
9/11/70.
All right. Got 6 charges today. I've got trafficking in methamphetamine, 3 counts of possession of controlled substance, possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia. Probable cause on those charges. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender? I'll point to PD. State.
Your Honor, it looks like he has a pending case on Pasco of possession of cocaine, possession of new legend drug, possession of paraphernalia. That occurred back on May 3rd. And then I show some items from 96, a failure to appear, and 89, contempt of court. I believe there's some out-of-state history. Looks like there's something out of Kentucky, a possible DUI from 2009.
Okay.
That's the history.
All right. And Robert, I have an address for you on Commercial Way in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
No, it's 4457 Chamber Court.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
About 6 months.
You have a job these days?
Yeah, I'm a commercial fisherman.
I'm going to leave the bonds per the schedule, which is $50,000 on the trafficking, $2,000 on each of the controlled substance, and $1,000 on the 2 marijuanas. That's 2,468, $58,000 total. You'll be back in court on the 1st of July. If you're able to bond out, you should go see the public defender's office right away. Okay?
No, there's no way I can afford them bonds. Is there any way?
All right. Well, they'll come see you. If you don't get out, they'll come see you.
Thanks for that.
Yep. It's a good thing I'm such a pleasant human being. Robert Harrison, M.
Which part of the state am I given to?
Robert, what's your date of birth?
10/31/94.
Robert, you got 3 charges today: possession of controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, driving on a suspended license. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD, state.
Looks like he also has a pending charge out of Pasco County from March of 2019. Possession of controlled substance, possession of synthetic cannabinoids, and out of Pinellas, a failure to appear on driving on a suspended license.
All right. And Robert, where do you live right now?
Spring Hill, 4457 Chamber Court.
All right. How long you been there?
About the same time, 6 months.
You have a job these days?
No, my job got taken from me from the guy that shot me about 4 months ago.
Okay. I'll leave your bonds for the schedule. It's $2,000 on the controlled substance, $1,000 on the misdemeanor. That's a total of $4,000. Have you back in court on the 1st of July. If you get out, go see the PD right away, okay?
Your Honor, may I ask a question?
Sure.
The paraphernalia charge, I did not have no paraphernalia on me. That makes no sense to me, Your Honor.
Let's see.
Because I did not have no paraphernalia on me at all.
Well, you know what? Normally I don't even bother with this because I've already found probable cause, Robert. But the truth of the matter is, it is impossible for you to possess drugs without possessing paraphernalia. Because the drugs necessarily are in something or on something. There's almost always paraphernalia. It doesn't mean a pipe. It could be a baggie or an envelope or anything else. And that's what I found probable cause for. I'm done talking about it. I'm finding probable cause. That doesn't mean you're guilty. I presume you're innocent of the charge. And when you talk to your PD, you can discuss your view of paraphernalia with them. And I'm sure they'll get it dismissed for you, all right? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Brian Hartmannstorfer.
Stop talking.
Morning, Brian, or afternoon, Brian. What's your date of birth?
9/9/93.
All right. Brian, you're also here on a writ of bodily attachment, which means a child support hearing officer and a circuit judge determined you owe some child support. They set your cash purge at $677. Do you have that much money, Brian?
No, sir, I do not have the present ability to pay that much.
All right. Are you working these days?
No, sir. I've been incarcerated in the Charlotte County Jail for the last 3 months.
Oh. Where have you been in jail?
In Charlotte County.
Okay. All right. And at the jail, can you folks confirm for me that Brian's been in jail in Charlotte County the last 3 months?
I'm going to take over here and pull it out.
But they're just going to confirm it for me, Brian. Hang on. Obviously, you came from Charlotte.
That's correct. It looks like he was booked there on March 17th.
Okay. And this is signed 25th of March. Okay, good enough. now find you're not in contempt for your failure to pay child support since the whole time this happened. You were in jail in Charlotte County. You're going to be released on your own recognizance today if there's nothing else holding you in the jail. I do encourage you to get a hold of the folks at Child Support Enforcement to figure out what this issue is and get it figured out. If you don't do that, they will start the process over again. You will get arrested again, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Timothy Lane. Afternoon, Tim. What's your date of birth?
8/15/61, sir. Good afternoon to you too, sir.
Tim, I got a warrant here signed by Katie. It's actually by Judge Rupi. Apparently you failed to appear in her court last month on 2 charges, driving on a suspended license and leaving the scene of an accident. State, is this something Mr. Lane could resolve today if you wanted to?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, 15 days, fines and costs.
All right. Tim, if you want, you can take 15 days in the county jail on these with credit for whatever time you got in. If you'd rather talk about bond, it's going to be, Judge Rupi already set your bonds at $2,000 on each count. You want to resolve the case today, or you're going to think you want to talk to a lawyer about it?
Well, Your Honor, if I could get an R&R, I'd be able to take care of the tickets or fines, whatever it is, and find out why my license was suspended to begin with, and get those there reinstated, so that way when I come back on the 3rd, I can show proof that everything's been taken care of. And the state trooper even told me that, that'd be the best way to be able to handle it.
It won't be dismissed. I'm the prosecutor on the case. It won't be dismissed.
Well, and it's a warrant signed by another judge, Tim, so I'm not going to mess with the bonds. So I'm not going to ROR you because she set your bonds. So I understand you don't want to take the 15 days. If you don't, then I'll just give you those bonds and send you back to see her.
But so in other words, they're saying do 15 days and then I'm out.
If you do 15 days, this is over. That's right.
I'll go ahead and do the 15 days, sir.
All right. Tim, do you know when this case first started, did you get arrested or did you just get a notice to appear?
They didn't even give me a notice to appear. They said it was on demand. I never had a court date. I never received a court date to appear in court. So
okay, hang on.
I would have been there. And right now, my sister, she's already stolen my RV, which I live in. That was on the property at 5432 California Street. I was told that she's already stolen it, and now she's trying to take my truck too. And that's why I would like to get R&R so I can get all this resolved and get everything taken care of, and hopefully keep her from stealing my truck.
All right, there's no front end time. So, Tim, if you do want to take the 15 days to be credit for 2 served, is that something you want to do or not?
But it is for 2 served. What about, do I get credit for citrus also, sir?
When were you in Citrus?
Thursday. They got me on Thursday.
On Thursday in Citrus?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you came here from Citrus. That's where they picked you up. Hang on a second. So, what is today? Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
6 days.
7 even. How about that? All
okay.
Right. All right, raise your right hand, Tim. Solemnly swear affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
State your name.
Timothy Michael Lane.
Tim, you understand by entering plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, right to have a lawyer represent you, but you want to give up those rights so we can resolve your case today?
Yes, sir.
Case number 19-CT-1610. That's the charge of count 1 that you drove knowing your license was suspended or revoked. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
Yes, sir.
All right, and in charge 2 that you left the scene of an accident, how do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest on that.
I'll accept those pleas. Find that freely and voluntarily may adjudicate you guilty on both counts. 15 days in the county jail on each count. Credit 7 served on each count. That time is running concurrently, so it's just one period of 15 days. Fine and court costs on 1 is $488, on 2 is $88, and your cost of incarceration. But that takes care of it, Tim. You just need to finish up the time, okay?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Tyrone Leach.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon, Mr. Leach. What's your date of birth?
June 4th, 1991.
Okay. Tyrone, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Rupi. She found probable cause for a violation of probation. Probation is recommending that we terminate your case and have you do 30 days in the county jail. If you take that today, quite frankly, you'll be out of jail before you would be back in court if you don't take it. So do you want to take the 30 days? You want to discuss it with a lawyer and go see Judge Rupi on the 3rd of July?
Yes, would that run concurrent with the time that I've done in 2017 and the time that I've done also in Hillsborough County while getting transported here?
You mean you have credit is what you're saying?
Yes.
I don't know. How long were you in jail in Hillsborough?
I was there, I believe it was the last day or the second to last day of May.
Alright. At the jail, can you guys confirm for me when you got arrested in Hillsborough?
No, sir, I don't have anything like that in my file.
Okay. Yeah, because it says that he got they picked him up in Hillsborough yesterday, but we don't know how long he was there.
No, I've been here for a few days. Yesterday. Yeah, you're right.
Yesterday.
I do show on the wrap the date of arrest was May 31st.
6. Hang on. 14, 17. Hang on. Alright, the most I can come up with, Tyrone, is 9 days credit all the way around. That's what I got.
Okay.
You want to take 30 with 9 credit?
Sure.
Alright, raise your right hand. Solemnly swear affirm tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
State your name.
Tyrone Leach.
Tyrone, you understand by entering an admission to a violation of probation, you give up the right to have a trial to the court, the right to confront the witnesses against you, and the right to have a lawyer. Do you want to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
I do.
In case number 17, MM 4392, do you admit that you violated your probation?
Yes.
Accept the admission, find it was freely and voluntarily made. Revoke and terminate the probation unsuccessfully. Adjudicate you guilty of the underlying charge if that wasn't done before. Sentence you to 30 days in the county jail with credit for 9 days served. It'll be $100 for the state attorney's office, your cost of incarceration, and driver's license suspension now for the conviction on the marijuana if you weren't convicted before. But that takes care of it, Tyrone. You just need to finish up the time, okay?
Okay, I do have my license too, by the way.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thanks.
And Todd Williams. Afternoon, Todd. What's your date of birth?
5/1/71.
So, Todd, the first thing I have is a local charge of possession of methamphetamine. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Well, what I'd like to do, Your Honor, is be totally honest with you and your court and throw myself at the mercy of your court. I'm currently on parole for the same charge in the state of Missouri.
Right.
I came down here with a girlfriend, her mother, her son, and his girlfriend, and we were in a horrible accident on 75 South just as we entered this county. And everything I know and everything I own is gone now. I was released 30 days ago from the Department of Corrections in the state of Missouri, homeless, to the streets of St. Louis to fend for myself. And these people were the only ones that looked out for me. And I know that not reporting and leaving the state is against my parole, but this is exactly what I was afraid of. And the young lady that was driving the car is not an experienced driver, but it was his car, and she wanted to drive the car pulling the trailer. And I guess I dozed off. I don't know what happened, but I woke up in the vehicle tumbling down the highway. Everything they owned was all over Highway 75. My girlfriend, Casey Cruz, got flown to the hospital because she couldn't feel her legs. Her mother, Donna Cruz, her whole left side of her leg was ripped off. The girl driving the vehicle, her left arm was hanging out the window. Something happened to it. She's screaming. I'm sitting out there on your highway, sir, trying to look at our stuff all over the highway. I don't know what to do, but I know that the state of Missouri is going to extradite me back for 60 days of parole that I owe them.
Right. I haven't got to that. So hold on, Todd. There really is not much I can do for you. I understand you asking for my mercy. Hang on, Todd. Let me help you out.
Yes, sir.
There's nothing I can do. First of all, you have a local felony charge now. Okay.
I understand that.
All right. So hang on. So you have to deal with that. And then I have also here this order of extradition for Missouri. So you're right. They're gonna come get you. But you're not even gonna be available for Missouri until you resolve your felony. The felony charge is not something I can resolve today because I'm a county court judge. Can't deal with your felony. So the thing I want to do is give you a lawyer on your local charge, a public defender, to help you coordinate all these things. That's the person that can help you. You're not going to be able to bond out because of that hold from Missouri, but I got to talk to you about that too. But the first thing I want to do is find out, would you like to have a lawyer to help you with the felony charge that you have here in Hernando County?
Sir, what I'm asking is can you throw it out? I was honest with the state truth because this is the honest God truth. Your jailer here, when I came in, I didn't think he was going to charge me for it because I said, it's not even $1 worth left in a baggie. And I know that's not the issue. The issue is that it was methamphetamine. There's enough to test. I know that. And then that it was in a paraphernalia bag. And I'm standing on that.
Right.
What I'm asking is that my whole life has been tore. I came down for a fresh start, and I forgot to get rid of that when I got into the vehicle.
Right. Okay. Todd, I'm going to stop you from talking anymore because it's not going well. Okay. So I'm just going to you be quiet for a few minutes, and I'm going to move this along because I think your case is going to move quickly now. I'm going to appoint the public defender on the methamphetamine. I'm going to set a bond on the meth of $2,000. Now there's going to be a hold on Missouri, so you're not going to be able to post that bond and get out. That case is going to come back. On the 1st of July, my guess is you're going to resolve your case on the 1st of July. The other issue I have is the Missouri issue. Now we got a holdout on Missouri because of the parole thing. That's going to be no bond. The other thing you can do if you want to expedite getting done here and getting back to Missouri is you are entitled to an extradition hearing. If you want it, you can waive your right to that extradition hearing today. If you do that, then on the day that you resolve your felony here, which I believe will be July 1st, then they would give Missouri from that point 15 days to come get you. And if they didn't get you in the 15 days, you might get released. So I've got we're going on the local charge on the Missouri thing. Then are you willing to waive your right to an extradition hearing so that as soon as you're done with your case here, we can get you back to Missouri?
Yes, yes.
All right, they're going to give you a form to sign
And
that says you're going to waive your extradition.
That's why I was asking, Your Honor, that's why I was asking if I could just have these charges dropped so that Missouri will pick me back up and it takes me away from here.
Right.
So
Todd, Todd, the person you have to talk now, I've appointed you a lawyer here locally. They're going to come see you right away. That's who you need to talk to about the possibility of getting those charges dropped. They'll talk to you about that, frankly. But like I said, my guess is the way things have gone here today, we're going to get this case resolved very quickly and get you back to Missouri very quickly. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Very good. Thank you.
Is that Judge Tonner on the first?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thought I just let the assistant public defenders in.
All right. Very good. Thanks, Jill.